Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Talking.
Bye.
Can she see me?
Oh, sure.
Talking Annie Sarah. Participants to start video. Oh yeah, so I'm there. Can she see me? There's
Okay.
only one other person.
Yeah.
Is it on Zoom, but it goes to...
Yeah, it goes to YouTube, so
Okay,
everyone
right.
else will be on the YouTube.
Okay.
So that seems good.
So participants, there's two. Can you ask if she can see me?
I did ask, but she somehow is not. Are you on? Okay, how shall we arrange?
Let me get that chair in. Just ask her if it's all looking good. It seems pretty good to me. Just need to raise up the bottom. You're calling her?
Trying to. So is the...
Does that seem good?
Yeah.
A bit
So
higher?
is the... can I have some kind of signal? Can you see and hear us?
Yes, Venerable. We can see you.
Thank you.
We
Thank
can
you.
see
Is
you.
that
Yeah,
okay?
thank you.
This picture good?
Yes.
Okay, you can see the altar, you can see the venerables, you can see the tanka.
Yes, Venerable Sarah.
We can't do very high quality production here, but
This is good. This is good. Thank you.
I'll put a bit more light on.
We can see Venerable Gache. We can see Venerable Namjong, and we could see Venerable Sarah.
How's the light?
We can see the tanka. Thank you.
Good, okay.
And the altar.
That lighting is better, right?
Yeah.
Much brighter.
Actually, I'm gonna move a little bit up.
Is
'cause
that too
I'm in
light
the
for you?
shadow.
Is it too much light for you? Namjong?
No. I'm actually gonna move up because I think that's better. Okay.
Is that better? Or you want to put this down?
All right. So, yes, welcome everyone. So greetings from Maritika, Nepal. Thank you for joining our soap offering. So maybe, so Shanti, are people already waiting on the YouTube? Can we start now?
Yes, Venerable, we can start. We have 11 participants already watching us.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, so many of you know, but yeah, we are here in Maritika, Nepal, and ever since the COVID crisis lockdown started to occur, we've been doing these virtual soap offerings so that the Vajra family, Lama Zopa Rinpoche and His Holiness the Dalai Lama's disciples, many of us who have commitment to do the soap offering twice a month can get together and perform the soap offering. So I think I mentioned some months ago, but this is a very cherished and precious practice. It is said that even Jetsun Milarepa, who spent most of his time in isolated retreat, the one thing that he appreciated when he would come out of his cave and go into the town was that he could do the soap offering with the other fellow Vajra brothers and sisters. So it's one of the very cherished practices, so powerful for purification, and especially purification of our tantric vows, all types of vows, and any negativities we might have accumulated in relation to our virtuous friends, which, as you know, is the very heaviest in terms of fields of merit. So anyway, let's just take a moment to again just adjust our motivations. So please try to cultivate this mind of bodhicitta, thinking that we're doing this practice here tonight, not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of all the sentient beings, vast as the vastness of space, so that all the temporary sort of sufferings within samsara, all the sufferings due to illnesses, natural disasters, economic problems, war, all these undesirable things may be pacified. And then even more important, that all the sentient beings attain all the conducive conditions for their practice, including having access to the Dharma teachings, access to the holy gurus, and the conducive conditions, places to do study, places to do retreat, for all these things to manifest well and without any difficulty or obstacle. And then we also are dedicating for the long lives of the spiritual friends, particularly His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and that all their extensive activities to benefit sentient beings will increase, and all their various projects can meet with all the success to benefit sentient beings and the Dharma. And then also for all those who are sick and all those who have recently died. In particular, the ones who are sick, may they recover quickly. And those who have died, may they be reborn in a pure land. So in short, for all sentient beings to quickly attain enlightenment and have all the causes that are needed to do that, we're doing this practice. So LC2. So I'm doing the Lama Chöpa. That's the standalone version from FPMT. Some of you might have other versions, but I'll read out the stanza numbers when we're skipping around a bit. So LC2. Namo
sentient Lama
So on LC 16. LC 32, the mandala. By the merit of having offered this mandala to the merit field, may I and all sentient beings be able to meet the pure wisdom teachings of the victorious one, which contain the biography of those eminent ones who live in pure morality, have the brave attitude to follow extensively the Bodhisattva's conduct, and practice the yogas of the two stages, the essence of which is the transcendental wisdom of non-dual bliss and voidness. May I and all sentient beings be able to meet this pure, complete teaching of Lama Tsongkhapa, the unification of Sutra and Tantra, right this second. So we'll do the renewing of the Bodhisattva and Tantric vows. So yeah, this is, if you've taken the vows before, you can renew them. So please motivate, thinking that the purpose of my life is to free all my kind mother sentient beings from suffering and to lead them to enlightenment. To do this, receive enlightenment without the Bodhisattva vows is not possible. Therefore, I'm going to take the Bodhisattva vows for the benefit of all my kind mother sentient beings. I go for refuge to the three jewels. I confess individually all negativities. I rejoice in the virtue of migrating beings. I hold with my mind of Buddha's enlightenment. I go for refuge until my enlightenment to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purposes of myself and others, I shall generate the mind of full enlightenment. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings to be my guests. I shall undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment and accomplish Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. I go for refuge to the three jewels. I confess individually all negativities. I rejoice in the virtue of migrating beings. I hold my mind of Buddha's enlightenment. I go for refuge till my enlightenment to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purposes of myself and others, I shall generate the mind of enlightenment. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings to be my guests. I shall undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment. May I accomplish Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. I go for refuge to the three jewels. I confess individually all negativities. I rejoice in the virtue of migrating beings. I hold my mind of Buddha's enlightenment. I go for refuge to my enlightenment to the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purposes of myself and others, I shall generate the mind of supreme enlightenment. Having generated the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all beings to be my guests. I shall undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment. May I accomplish Buddhahood in order to benefit all migrating beings. So think strongly that you have received a complete, pure set of Bodhisattva vows, and that those vows that have been broken are now restored, those that have been kept are now increased. And so now we'll also just go through the ones. So if you've taken the Tantric vows before, you can participate here. So again, motivating that an infinite number of my kind mother sentient beings are suffering in samsara is so unbearable. I must free them from suffering and lead them to enlightenment as quickly as possible, without even delaying 1 second. To do this, I must become enlightened. Without the Tantric vows, this is not possible. Therefore, I'm going to take the Tantric vows for the benefit of all my kind mother sentient beings. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please listen to me. I, Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, from now until I reach the essence of Buddhahood, shall generate the sacred peerless bodhicitta, just as all the Buddhas of the three times have ensured themselves awakening by generating it. I pledge to uphold the vows of the Buddha lineage, to allowing the peerless triple gem, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and 3 disciplines of observing proper behavior, gathering virtuous Dharma, and benefiting sentient beings. I pledge to uphold the Vajra Bela Mudra of the great Vajra lineage and to honor my teachers. I pledge to practice the 4 types of giving 6 times each day, keeping in mind the delightful commitments of the great Ratna lineage. For the great Padma lineage, I pledge to uphold individually the holy dharmas that arose from great enlightenment, those of the outer secret and 3 vehicles. For the great supreme karma lineage, I pledge to uphold all vows well and to make as many offerings as possible. I shall generate the vows of peerless bodhicitta for the sake of all and uphold all samayas without exception. I shall deliver those not delivered, liberate those not liberated, give breath to those unable to breathe, and place all beings in the state beyond sorrow. Okay, yeah. So LC 38. Okay, so we'll just pause here to do the meditation on rejoicing. So as many of you know, it says here also, meditate very strongly and extensively for some time on rejoicing in the merits of the 3 times of yourself, other beings, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So again, if you're not familiar, just think, virtue is the cause of all success and happiness, all the way up to and including full enlightenment. So then when we think about ourselves or others who have created these causes for, temporary and ultimate happiness, that makes us very, very happy in our hearts. So think, how wonderful it is that, I've engaged in virtue in the past, am engaging in virtue in the present, and will continue to engage in virtue in the future, and then apply that to others, and especially the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who have generated the mind of bodhicitta. Therefore, all of their activities are, so powerful.
千三遍真意上万多杰如来给其名啊扬宗修万亿念佛萨玛头大赞门啊皆现一人万难念弥达大巴修连带准备当开给为所难人所能见自拉玛依自然恩能让美学地金足就多见上万多知
So now I'm making requests to the Guru. First, the long mandala offering.
Samgishin doju iba mama pai lo to ko rinpoche nobo rinpoche sambo rinpoche lambo rinpoche lambo rinpoche tajo rinpoche mapo rinpoche tenchen boi bonga gyama drama luma kama luma duboma nansama rijama Nima dawa rinpoche du chole namba gyawe gyalsen usula mi pleasure pusu soma masawa me basashi yudo wa dira drin tawa rang yubai jebe madam madam dange patuya lama lo san tupan doje chan jembo la supuran jebe mama shinga buwa gyo tuje jowe dan doje suso jene gyanda sonro anange dange tada nyambe senchen danjela tuse wa jembo
I prostrate and go for refuge to the Guru and three precious gems. Please bless my mind. I'm requesting you to immediately pass all the wrong conceptions from incorrect devotion to the Guru, until solve the view of the white, red, dark visions that exist in my mind, the minds of all other sentient beings. I'm requesting you to immediately pacify, generate all the realizations from Guru devotion to enlightenment in my mind, the mind of all other sentient beings. I'm requesting you to pacify all outer and inner obstacles, actualizing the entire graduate path to enlightenment in my mind, the minds of all other sentient beings. Guru and three precious gems. Please bless my mind. I'm requesting you to immediately pacify all the wrong conceptions, from incorrect devotion to the Guru, until the soul do the view of the white, red, and dark visions that exist in my mind, the minds of all other sentient beings. I'm requesting you to immediately generate all the right realizations, from Guru devotion up to enlightenment in my mind, the mind of all other sentient beings. I'm requesting you to pacify all outer and inner obstacles, actualizing the entire graduate path to enlightenment in my mind, the mind of all other sentient beings. I prostrate and go for refuge to the Guru and three precious gems. Please bless my mind. I'm requesting you to immediately pass all the wrong conceptions, make correct devotion to the Guru, till the view of white, red, dark visions that exist in my mind, the mind of all other sentient beings.
I'm requesting you to immediately pacify
Generate all the right realizations, the Guru devotion up to enlightenment in my mind, the mind of all other sentient beings. I'm requesting you to immediately pacify all outer and inner obstacles, actualizing the entire graduate path to enlightenment in my mind, the minds of all other sentient beings.
idam gururam
Mandala Kandaya
Tayami
Tayami.
So not my prayer. Muju kunju tu wan toji chang.
Mimi Sewe Teche Chenezi, Jime Kempe Wampo Jambaya.
Tibu Mali Jose Soveda Gaje Gebe Zugen Lo Sandra
Kyasung Gulu Lama Sangela, Gosung Gube Gune Sowade, Rashi Michi Joa Jingilo, Chotan Dumba Muju Saluso, Yede Kyaran Tabar Jingilo, Muju Kunju Dumba Joje Cham, Mimi Sewe Teche Chenezi, Jime Kempe.
Sorry, we were offline briefly. Sometimes it happens. Just stay with us, and we'll try to get on immediately. Shouldn't happen now because we are connected with 3G. No joke, no.
Oh, muju kunju tu wan toji chang. Mimi
Namaste,
sewe teche
Chenezi,
chenezi,
Jime Kempe Wampo. Dumba Mana Jose Saweda, Gaje Gebe Zugen Lo Sandra, Kyasung Gulu Lama Sangela, Gosung Gube Gune Sowade, Rashi Michi Joa Jingilo, Chotan Dumba Muju Saluso, Yede Kyaran Tabar Jingilo.
I request the precious Guru who encompasses all objects of refuge, past, present, and future. Please bless my mental continuum. I request the precious Guru who encompasses all objects of refuge, past, present, and future. Please bless my mental continuum. I request the precious Guru who encompasses all objects of refuge, past, present, and future. Please bless my mental continuum. So due to the power of having made that request, 5-colored nectar beams flow forth from the Guru's holy body, entering my body and mind, and those of all sentient beings. These purify all the disease, spirit harms, negative karma, and obscurations, especially all the collections of obscurations, negative karma, and degenerated samayas created in relationship to the virtuous friend, such as giving harm to the holy body, breaking the advice, disturbing the holy mind, generating non-devotional thoughts, criticizing, giving up the Guru, and so forth. From all my doors, sense organs, and or black soot, they are completely calm and clear. My life, merit, and all my qualities of understanding and realizations are developed fully. The blessings of the Guru's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind enter my body, speech, and mind, and those of all sentient beings. I and all sentient beings are now under the protection of the virtuous friend. Okay, so we're on LC 43. I'll recite in English so we can reflect on the Guru's qualities in these various ways. Source of qualities, great ocean of moral discipline, treasury brimming with jewels of my cheering, master, second Buddha clad in saffron, elder Vinaya holder, I make request to you. You have the 10 qualities suitable for one to teach the path of those gone to bliss. Lord of Dharma, representative of all conquerors, Mahayana virtuous friend, I make request to you. You are wise, patient, honest, without pretense or guile, your 3 doors well subdued. You have both sets of 10 qualities, no mantra and tantra, and are skilled in drawing and explaining. Foremost Vajra holder, I make request to you. To those untamed by countless past Buddhas, the unruly migrators of this degenerate age who are difficult to subdue, you accurately show the good way of those gone to bliss. Compassionate refuge savior, I make request to you. When, because of the times the sun of the conqueror sets, you enact the deeds of a conqueror. For the many migrators who lack a savior refuge, compassionate refuge savior, I make request to you. Even one of your hair pores for us. I feel the merit more highly praised than all the conquerors of the 3 times in 10 directions. Compassionate refuge savior, I make request to you. Adorned with the Sugata's 3 bodies and ornamental wheels, you manifest from an alluring net of skillful means in an ordinary form to lead all beings. Compassionate refuge savior, I make request to you. Your aggregates, elements, sources, and limbs are in nature the Sugatas and consorts of the 5 lineages, Bodhisattvas and wrathful protectors. Supreme Guru, in nature the 3 jewels, I make request to you. Arising from the play of omniscient, transcendental wisdom, you are the essence of 10 million mandala cycles, pervading Lord of 100 days, foremost Vajra holder, unified primordial savior, I make request to you. Unobscured, inseparable from the play of simultaneous joy, pervading everything in motion and at rest, the nature of all things free from beginning or end, all good, actual, ultimate bodhicitta, I make request to you. Okay, so now the soul offering. We're at LC 55. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum, LC 63. Oi, Tenzin, Adan, Kyabje Lama Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Sagyu Lame Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chilap Chachen Wabdu So O Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Najo Wamo Naso Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Kachu Nuju Sadu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Nirana Su Koche Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Nuju Chachen Wabdu Sol Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Chuchu Rinchen Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Nuju Chachen Wabdu Sol Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Kaje Chikyon Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Jime Chachen Wabdu Sol Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Mage Sentient Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chunam Dugu Shigyochi. Back to LC 63. O Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Sagyu Lame Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chunam Chachen Wabdu Sol Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Najo Wamo Naso Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Kachu Nuju Sadu So Ho Tenzin Aran Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Nirana Su Koche Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Nuju Chachen Wabdu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Chuchu Rinchen Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Tamche Chachen Wabdu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Kaje Chikyon Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chine Chachen Wabdu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Mage Sentient Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chunam Shigyochi Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Sagyu Lame Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chunam Chachen Wabdu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Najo Wamo Naso Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Kachu Nuju Sadu O Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Nirana Su Koche Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Nuju Chachen Wabdu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Chuchu Rinchen Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Nuju Chachen Wabdu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Kaje Chikyon Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chine Chachen Wabdu So Ho Tenzin Aran Changi Chilape Zame Duzi Suju Gyatso Mage Sentient Sona Nichibu Om Ahum Dugu Bela Nube Zimzene Emma Ho Chunam Dugu Shigyochi. Om Guru Buddha Bodhisattva Dhammapada Sapariwara Imam Paranyam Tire Tire Halage Gende Nivide Shanta Bodhisattva Soha Om Guru Buddha Bodhisattva Dhammapada Sapariwara Om Om Chan Om
se pa dan de on che wa nam ba ji pa ji pe she on ton cha ja ni ba we se chen on ra da ja de lu dang ga luan zin on dang yi ba be na sa zin ba chen on ge chen du ba gen da ze la du on chang den de ma do je ba mo na cha ze on pa ma ri me wa chu kang su yi mi tu on chung boi je ma tang je do je chen bo jong on dan je de shu chen yi mi du wan je chen om namo drama zu Sama Om Kyabje Changi Tole Yam Om Je Je Mon Je Gule Nam Ba Yam Om Do Je Ma Mo Jo Chen De Ma Ma Du
So we're at the leftover soak, LC 76. All remaining guests in your retinues, accept this remaining offering feast. Let the precious teaching spread, and all upholders and patients of the Dharma, and especially the yogis, gain health, long life, and power, glory, fame, good fortune, and attainment of every desirable thing. Bestow on us the city of action, such as pacification, increase, and so forth. Oath-bound protect us, and help us attain all accomplishments. Eliminate untimely death, sickness, demons, and interfering spirits. Let there be no bad dreams, ill omens, or actions and activities. Let the transitory worlds be happy, crops be good, harvest increase, and Dharma flourish. Let all happiness and goodness arise, and all wishes in our minds be fulfilled. And by the force of this bountiful giving, man become a self-made Buddha for the sake of beings, and by my generosity may liberate the multitudes of beings not liberated by the previous Buddhas. Okay, so we're on LC 84. Let's wait for Venerable Sarah to get back.
I mean, I'm just a little bit careful since I saw the cobra. It does affect you a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tread a bit more carefully after that.
Walk heavy.
Heavier.
Heavy steps scares
Okay.
them away.
Okay.
Okay, so LC 84, the Lamrim, and yeah, we'll do also in English so you can meditate on the meaning and get realization. Okay. Supreme field of merit, my perfect pure Guru, through the power of having made offerings and respectful requests, I seek your blessings, savor and very root of happiness and goodness, that I may come under your joyful guidance. I am requesting the kind Lord Guru, who is more extraordinary than all the Buddhas. Please bless me to be able to devote myself to the qualified Lord Guru with great respect in all my future lifetimes. By realizing that correctly devoting myself to the kind Lord Guru is the foundation of all good qualities, is the root of happiness and goodness, I should devote myself to him with great respect, not forsaking him even at the cost of my life. Thinking of the importance of the qualified Guru, may I endow myself under his control. May I be like an obedient son, acting exactly in accordance with the Guru's advice. Even when the Maras, evil friends, and the like try to strip me from the Guru, may I be like a Vajra inseparable forever. When the Guru gives me work, whatever the burden, may I be like the earth carrying all. When I devote myself to the Guru, whatever suffering occurs, may I be like a mountain and immovable. Even if I have to perform all the unpleasant tasks, may I be like the servant of the king with a mind undisturbed. May I abandon pride, holding myself lower than the Guru. May I be like a sweeper, be like a rope, holding the hole in the Guru's work. Not have difficulty or heavy a burden. Even when the Guru criticizes, provokes, or ignores me, may I be like a dog without anger, never responding with anger. May I be like a ferry boat, never upset at any time to come and go for the Guru. O glorious and precious Guru, please bless me to practice in this way, and from now on in all future lifetimes, may I be able to devote myself to the Guru in this way. Realizing how this body of liberties and endowments is found but once is difficult to obtain, is quickly lost. I seek a blessing to make it worthwhile to take its essence without being distracted by the meaningless affairs of this life. Aghast at the seeming blaze of suffering in the lower realms, I take a heart for a refuge in the three precious gems. I seek blessings that I may eagerly strive to abandon all negativities and accomplish the accumulation of every virtue. Finally tossed in its waves of karma and mental afflictions, plagued by the many sea monsters and the three kinds of suffering, I seek a blessing to develop an intense longing to be liberated from this infinite and frightening great ocean of existence. Having abandoned the mind that uses this unbearable prison, it's like the distance of the pleasure grove, I seek your blessings to hold the three trainings of the treasure of superior wealth, and thereby to uphold liberation's banner. Having considered all these miserable beings have been my mothers, and have raised me in kindness again and again, I seek a blessing to develop effortless compassion, like that of a loving mother for a precious child. There is no difference between myself and others, and none of us wishes for the slightest of suffering, so ever content with the happiness we have. Realizing this, I seek a blessing that I may generate the joy for the happiness of others. This chronic disease of cherishing myself is the cause giving rise to my unsought suffering. And if I seek your blessings to blame for God to destroy the monstrous achievement of selfishness, the mind cherishes all others and places them in bliss. is
the gateway leading to infinite qualities.
Seeing this, I seek your blessings to cherish these mind beings more in my life,
even should they rise up as my enemies, in faith infidel beings live only for their own ends.
while
The evil ones work solely for the welfare of others.
Let the mind
And
understand
then
the
to
distinction
entertain the
between
failings of one and the
and the
advantage of the other.
I seek a blessing to enable me to equalize and exchange myself with others, cherishing myself as the doorway to all loss,
while cherishing
my
others
mother
is
is the foundation of all
good
qualities.
and so
Seek
seek
their
the
blessings to enable me to equalize and exchange myself with others.
with others.
and thus perfect pure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
thus
perfect
perfect, pure, compassionate
Guru,
Guru,
the seeking of blessings, all negativities, obscurations, and sufferings of other migrators,
May
may
without exception right but upon me right now, and by giving my happiness and virtue to others, migrators may experience happiness.
happiness.
Lama Chöpa
Even if the environment and the beings are filled with the fruits of negativity and unwished for sufferings, that I blame, I seek a blessing to take these miserable conditions as a path by seeing them as causes to exhaust the results of my negative karma. In short, no matter what appearances arise, be they good or bad, I seek your blessing to transform them into a path, increasing the two bodhicittas, the practice of the five forces, the quintessence of the entire Dharma, and thus to meditate only on mental happiness. I seek your blessing that I relate everything I may need to meditation, through skillful means possessing the four applications, that I may make this life, liberties, and endowments greatly meaningful, through practicing the vice of pleasures of thought transformation. In order to rescue all migrators from the vast seas of existence, I seek blessing to train only bodhicitta through love, compassion, and superior intention, enjoying the victory of mounting, giving, and taking upon the breath. I seek your blessings that I may endeavor to put into practice three Mahayana moral codes, and to restrain my mind stream with pure vows to conquer its children, the single path journeyed by the victorious ones of the three times. I seek your blessing to complete the perfection of generosity through the guideline teaching of increasing the mind that gives without attachment, namely transforming my body, wealth, and collection of virtues of the three times, the objects desired by each and every sentient being. I seek your blessings to complete the perfection of moral discipline, not transgressing the vows of Moksha, Bodhisattva, and tantric vows, even at the cost of my life, accumulating virtuous dharma and accomplishing the purpose of the sentient beings. Should
Even all beings of the three realms without exception become angry at me, humiliate, criticize, threaten, or even kill me, I seek your blessings not to be agitated, but to complete the perfection of patience that works for the benefit and response to their harm. Even if I must remain for an ocean of eons in the fiery hells of Vichy, for the sake of one sentient being, I seek your blessing to complete the perfection of enthusiasm that out of compassion and tirelessly strives to send dream enlightenment. Having abandoned the faults of sinking agitation and mental wandering, I seek your blessings to complete the perfection of mental stabilization, through the samadhi of single-pointed placement upon the nature and reality of all phenomena, their lack of true existence. I seek your blessing to complete the perfection of wisdom, through the space-like yoga of single-minded placement upon ultimate truth, conjoined with the pliancy and great bliss induced by the discriminating wisdom analyzing suchness. I seek your blessing to perfect the samadhi on illusion by realizing how outer and inner phenomena lack true existence but still appear, like an illusion and dream when the moon's image on a still lake. Samsara nirvana, like even out of inherent existence and cause independent arising are infallible. I seek your blessing to discern the meaning of Nagarjuna's thought, that these two are mutually complementary and not contradictory. Then crossing the depths of the ocean of Tantra, through the kindness of my captain Vajradhara, I seek your blessing that I may hold my vows and pledges, root of all cities, dearer than my life. I seek your blessing that whenever our ears may arise to deity, having cleansed all stains of ordinary appearance and grasping, to the first stage yoga of transforming birth, death, and bardo with the three bodies of a conqueror. I seek your blessing to actualize in this life the path uniting, clear light in the three body which arises from placing your feet, my Savior, in the 8 petals of my heart, the very center of my central channel. From the point of death comes before I complete the points of the path. I seek your blessing that I may be led to a pure land through the instruction of correctly applying the 5 forces, for the Guru's transference of forceful means of enlightenment. In short, I seek your blessings, my Savior, to be guided by you from birth inseparably for all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, having holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. Savior, please grant it all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples, wherever you may manifest Buddhahood, so that my temporary and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. Having thus been entreated, Supreme Gurus, please grant this request, so that you may bless me happily, light a crown on my head, and once again set your radiant feet firmly at the corolla of my lotus heart.
We'll recite the Maitreya Buddha mantra 3 times. Namo
Jaya Namo Bhagavate Shakyam Buddhaya Dhanagaya Arahate Samyak Sam Buddhaya Tayata Om Ajite Ajite Avrajite Ajindandara Hara Hara Maitri Ukite Kara Kara Ma Samaya Zini Bara Bara Ma Buddha Mina Mitra Mara Mara Ibakam Samaya Buri Maha Buri Soha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Soha Om Muni Muni Mara Soha Namo Traya Namo Bhagavate Shakyam Buddhaya Dhanagaya Arahate Samyak Sam Buddhaya Tayata Om Ajite Ajite Havarajite Ajitandara Hara Hara Maitri Havalugite Kara Kara Ma Samaya Siri Bara Bara Ma Buddha Mina Vidya Mara Mara Vimakam Samaya Puri Puri Ma Puri Soha Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Soha Om Muni Muni Mara Soha Namo Namo Bhagavate Shakyam Buddhaya Dhanagaya Arahate Samyak Buddhaya Tayata Om Ajite Ajite Adarajite Ajindandara Hara Hara Maitri Havalukite Kara Kara Ma Samaya Siri Bara Bara Ma Buddha Mina Vijaya Mara Mara Evagam Samaya Puri Puri Ma Puri Soha Om Mai Mai Ma Mui Soha Om Mai Mai Mara Soha.
Dedication of merits. Whatever white virtues were thus created were dedicated as causes, enabling us to uphold the holy dharma of scripture and insight, and to fulfill without exception the prayers and deeds of all the Tathagatas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times. By the force of this merit, may we never be parted in all our lives from line of four spheres. May we reach the end of our journey along the paths of renunciation, bodhisattva, pure view, and the two stages. Whatever white virtues there are in samsara and nirvana, may all be auspicious for us to be free here and now, all misfortune and loss, and thus to enjoy a glorious and perfect celestial treasure of temporal and ultimate virtue and goodness. May all be auspicious for the Buddha's teaching to remain long, through your centers of Dharma, omniscient Losam Drakpa, being filled with hosts of renunciate yogis and yoginis, striving single-pointedly to master the three pure trainings, having received your blessing, Losam Drakpa, who from the time of your youth made a request to the supreme Guru deity, may they be the auspiciousness of Losam Vajradhara, who spontaneously accomplishes the purpose of others. May all our desired endowments swell like a lake in the summer rains, and may we have an unbroken continuity of rebirths without freedom and faultless families. May we pass our days and nights with the holy Dharma of Losam Drakpa, and may we delight in the glories of perfection, by the collection of whatever virtues I and others have done, and shall do from now until enlightenment. May all be auspicious, holy, perfect, pure one, your holy performed to remain in this land beautiful like a Vajra. Okay, dedication prayers. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a good Buddha, and lead all living beings without exception to that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel Bodhisattva that has now arisen, rise and grow, and that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samantabhadra do realize things as they are, I dedicate all these merits in the best way that I may follow the perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with the dedication praise is best. By the victorious ones of Skon of the 3 times might perform good works. And due to the merits accumulated the 3 times of myself and of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which are empty from their own side, may the I who is empty from its own side achieve the state of enlightenment which is empty from its own side, and all sentient beings empty from their own side, so that state as quickly as possible by myself alone. Merits 3 times created by myself and others and the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, may I, my family members, and all students and benefactors of the organization, and all sentient beings able to meet perfectly qualified mind, a virtuous friend in all of future lives. From all sides, may we always see them as enlightened and always perform only actions most pleasing to the holy minds. May we always fulfill their holy wishes instantly. Okay, so can we also dedicate the 3-time merit accumulated by ourselves, as well as all 3-time merit accumulated by numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, for all the problems in this world manifesting in the degenerate times, including all the suffering due to sicknesses, all the natural disasters, and particularly these days, the horrible wildfires in the west coast of the US, but more generally, all the hurricanes, earthquakes, all the natural disasters, as well as all the problems due to climate change, and then all the economic problems, all the war, all the social unrest. May all of these be instantly pacified. And through all the sentient beings being always motivated by bodhicitta and loving kindness, may there be great prosperity in the world, and may all the beings in the world have all the conducive conditions for practicing the Dharma, and may they be able to achieve enlightenment in this lifetime or as quickly as possible. So we also dedicate in particular for all the beings who have recently died. So due to all the 3-time as well as the non-Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, all the beings who recently died. And so some of you know, but Lekshe, one of the IMI house monks, his father recently passed away. So kind of interesting for our meditation, he had pancreatic cancer, which is one of the very most difficult cancers, most deadly. But while he was sick with cancer, he caught COVID and actually died due to the COVID. So, death can really come at any time. So for him, as well as all the other beings who are currently in the bardo. May they be able to take rebirth in a pure land of the Buddha, or at the very least attain a perfect human rebirth, meet with the Mahayana teachings, Mahayana virtuous friend, and attain enlightenment in their very next lifetime. Anything else? Oh, also for Chukar Samling, the FPMT Center in Bangalore, in particular, and more generally, all the FPMT centers, all the centers and projects of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, as well as all of the projects of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So may they, these projects that are designed to promote and preserve the Holy Dharma, may they have all their obstacles removed and receive all the required conditions such that they can be successful in their activities to benefit sentient beings.
So our Dharma brothers, Zoksang and Tenda and Tenzin,
Yeah.
and our Dharma sister Ina, you know, they're traveling now.
Yeah.
So they're definitely COVID free before they start the journey. But
Yeah.
they have long journeys now.
Right.
And so pray that when they arrive, they'll also be, you know, safe. They'll get back to Nalanda safely and you know, without any issues, you know, from travel.
Yes. Did you hear that? So those of you who followed us here in Martiga from the beginning, then you know the three monks that from Nalanda, Tendar, Venerable Tenzin, and Zoksang. Then also Ina from the Ukraine. They're actually traveling back to Europe today. So you know, for them to have a safe journey back, and once they get back to their respective places, the Nalanda monks may they continue their study and practice and become them in specific, but more generally all the 10 directions Sangha, may they be successful in all their activities of study and practice, and be able to become great holders of Sutra and Tantra in this very lifetime. And then all the monastic communities, Nalanda in particular, but all the various monastic communities, may they live in harmony and be able to become great centers of learning and practice. And may they, as it says here, may they swell with like the summer lakes with renunciates who are single-pointedly striving in the three trainings. And then Ina, not a monastic yet, but for her also to be able to travel back to the Ukraine and benefit sentient beings there and more generally all over the universe.
I think she'll go back to. She's going to Ivy, I think, to study.
Ale, where?
Ivy.
Oh, okay.
And she got a choice at Ivy or America,
Okay.
so she goes to Ivy.
Okay, so c'est tout.
Non, press.
Oh, yes. Okay, so the long life prayers for His Holiness and Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Jiten Gandhi Tende Maluwa Gane Jurwe Sabhe Yishino Kadre Sunne Tenzin Yasola So Wadem So Tuje Watu Su Jan Shin Jan Gun Yale Tenzin Yong Wei Kun Zo No Boy Zen Josung Wei Le Mon Zun Ju
da so du je gu sha ten shu.
Okay. Thank you. Shubhratri.
That is Nepali or Indian?
Hindi, maybe Nepali too.
Yeah, this is not really.
Thank you, Venerables. Thank you very much for leading the practice today. Thank you, Namjong La. Thank you, Venerable Sarah, and thank you, Kyabje La.
We made it through.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, Venerable, we'll see you tomorrow, Namjong La.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Yes, Venerable.
That was pretty good because we've had a ton of blackouts recently. So